Howdy everyone, Warsarcy here, and today we'll be looking at Panda's Village on Nintendo Switch. Panda's Village is a village management tower defense game where you build up a village for pandas with various businesses, homes, and defenses while trying to keep the invading monkeys from destroying it, with further waves introducing more enemy types and more of them. You build houses that will generate money that can be used to build new structures where you can purchase better weapons and cosmetics, food to heal yourself, and overall strengthen your defenses. You can also build auto defense structures on the edge of the village like crossbows and cannons and such that will attack enemies in front of them, but they're a bit underwhelming in my opinion, as most of the time enemies seem to spawn to the sides of their firing range or just go around them. In terms of actual combat, it's quite basic. You've got your main weapon as a melee, and you can cast magic. The game is overall kinda clunky, and honestly, that's probably a big understatement. Animations are a bit iffy at times. Enemies will sometimes seemingly slide out of reach awkwardly while attacking them, and worst of all, the frame rate is god awful. First few waves are fine enough, just walking around with only the typical light drops that are expected from a Switch game, but when fighting even a single enemy, it just plummets. And when fighting a group of enemies, it drops to single digit frames, even down to just a few frames a second. The average frame rate from just walking around also drops as the game goes on, due to having more buildings and increasing amounts of enemies per wave, getting as bad as only a few frames a second even outside of combat when it starts raining. Overall, it's a very rough game. Ignoring the performance for just a moment, the overall gameplay itself is decent. If it weren't for the performance, I'd say it's an okay game. A bit basic in a lot of areas, but for a budget game, there's at least enough there to play with and have an okay time. Some of what I saw gave me some indication that there may be future content updates for the game, but I'm not 100% sure on this. Either way, for performance reasons alone, I'm going to have to say I don't recommend it. Still, if you want to give it a try anyway, it's available on the eShop for $6. I'd like to thank SM Studio for sending me the review key. This is Warsarcy on the Game Clubs channel, and I'm out.